Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back, guys, at Magic. This is Hunter, Shane, Steven, and David. Say what up, boys.
What's up, nerds?
Hello.
Hello. All right, we're back. We got a full slate. All aboard. Today is Thursday, April 14th, 2022, and we've got one more day after this of spoiler season. Got some good ones today. Today's the Brokers family that they talked about mostly. So, let's talk about some brokers. This first card.
You think these cards are going to make us go broke?
Your jokes will, though. Jesus Christ.
His first card is Endless Detour. Endless Detour is a green, a white, and a blue for an instant that states the owner of target spell, non-land permanent, or card in a graveyard puts it on top or bottom of their library. I'm a big fan of this card.
Sweet.
I like the flexibility of it, but I feel like I would want to play this very reactionary, and keeping a green, a white, and a blue up is going to be nearly impossible.
Nah, you got this, dude.
I don't know about nearly impossible. The flexibility of this card is cool. You can save your own stuff, or counter someone else's stuff, or get rid of someone else's stuff, or yeah.
I mean, I'm going to agree with David on this one. I think that keeping 3 mana up of 3 separate colors, although is not impossible, is just a little bit annoying.
Yeah,
the
but
card
your
is
deck's
good.
built for it.
There's no way you're building a deck with the intention of being like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to sit back on 3 mana.
What? Welcome to Control. What the fuck are you talking about?
I mean, okay, so if we're okay, whatever. I just don't think that this is an optimal choice. I think that the card itself does a lot, but the cast on it is like a really, really, really big deterrent to me.
Dude, think about this.
With the amount of treasures that are being made nowadays, it's not that hard.
That too. I wasn't thinking about treasures. I was thinking about just like, if there's a reanimator deck, dude, you could target whatever they get in their graveyard. You could put your graveyard back on your library because it's recursion for you. There's a lot of shit going on in this card, dude.
So you're telling me if somebody targets something in their graveyard, you're going to target it and just put it on the top?
Or on the bottom.
Or bottom.
Put it on the bottom of the library.
You read the card. It tells you what it does.
All right, David number 2.
Oh, shit. I haven't done this yet so far today.
Yeah, we're on card 1.
We're 1 card in.
I think it's a good card.
I do too.
I think this is mediocre.
I'm with Steven on this one. I'm not too high on this card.
All right. Let's move on to Rigo, Streetwise Mentor. Rigo, Streetwise Mentor costs a green or a white, and a white or a blue for a 2/2 legendary creature, Cat Citizen. Rigo, Streetwise Mentor, enters the battlefield with a shield counter on it. If you don't remember what a shield counter is, if this would be dealt damage or destroyed, remove the shield counter from it instead. It also says, whenever you attack a player or planeswalker with 1 or more creatures with power 1 or less, draw a card. It's a very good mono white card that's not for a mono white commander.
Agreed.
I know that this is an odd complaint, but I kind of wish this had 1 power so it would proc itself.
That would be broken, David.
I don't think it would be broken. It draws a card.
Every time it attacks?
Yeah, that's 1 extra card per turn.
Broken.
I don't think that'd be broken. I mean, if it's a 1/1, you're not going to really want to swing with this unless somebody's wide open. You know what I mean? So I don't think that breaks this card.
Yeah, I don't think it does either. I think that this thing honestly is not going to be able to swing at all. It encourages you to use like tokens and stuff, which is cool, and that's definitely a theme in this set. But I mean, you attack with 5 tokens and still just drawing 1 card off of this. I don't know. I wish that this does. I wish it procced itself.
I think this would be better in standard than it'll probably be in like EDH, in my opinion. I just think that when you build such a large board state or you're building a bunch of counters, like me, ideally, at least when I build decks, I'm thinking about different anthem effects and trying to build my 1/1s to make them way bigger. So I don't know.
You can't have your cake and eat it too, Dave.
Wait, Dave 1 or Dave 2?
Either one of you.
I mean, some of us were meant to play CEDH and some of us were meant to play EDH. What do you want me to say?
I think this card's going to see play in mono white decks in standard.
Yes.
I would say so.
Agreed.
It's a very nice toy.
But
this is a legendary, so we will get more into it when we do our commander grades video.
Yeah.
Moving on, this is Tenacious Underdog. Tenacious Underdog is 1 and a black for a 3/2 creature human warrior. It has a blitz cost of 2 and 2 black, and you can also pay 2 life if you do. Blitz, if you remember, it says if you cast this spell for its blitz cost, it gains haste, and when this creature dies, draw a card, sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. It also says you may cast Tenacious Underdog from your graveyard using its blitz ability.
I don't think that's an or with the paying life thing.
No, you do pay life, right?
Oh no, but you said or.
Oh, I didn't mean or, sorry. It's both.
Yeah. That's heavy.
I like this card a lot.
I know you do, but that's heavy.
Of course you do. Anything that says pay life, you're all about it.
No, I mean, like, okay, so for 2 mana you get a 2/2. It's like, or I'm sorry, for 2 mana you get a 3/2. It's a low to the ground aggressive threat, and whenever this thing dies, you can bring it back to kind of like get an extra swing in for your opponent. And it replaces itself on that too with the blitz. I actually think that this card is really good for a low to the ground aggro deck. We'll see if Black can put something together this standard.
Maybe.
The underdog's gonna be punching himself in the face, it sounds like, dude.
You're getting hit for 2 life every time you play it. How many times are you going to play this, David?
I mean, I don't know, as many times as I need to. Look at it like this. I mean, this right here, this is the card that, like, whenever your opponent board wipes, whenever you're going up against a control deck that gets rid of your board, and you're the aggro deck, this is a recursive threat.
That is true.
Here's my question for you, David. How good is paying 4 mana and 2 life for a card draw and possibly 3 damage?
Whenever you're top decking, it's fantastic. I look at it like this. I mean, at the very bare minimum, this is a 3/2 for 2, which that's fine stats to begin with. And then if you need that additional ability, it has that additional ability on top of it. Ideally, you just want to beat face and have your opponent just die while they're sitting there not doing anything, but your opponent's playing Magic as well.
I hate that when that happens.
Sure. Steven, what do you think of this card?
I have nothing good to say, nor do I have anything negative to say.
Back on the mediocre train, huh?
This is very mediocre to me.
Wait,
Sorry,
that's
not
not
negative.
I was gonna say that does sound negative.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you might have a point. This could be seeing play in some low to the ground aggro black, but that seems very fringe right now with the current meta.
Nah.
I mean,
This
that late
next-
game 4 mana 3/2 with haste sounds pretty good.
All right, we'll see. Next card is Soul of Emancipation. Soul of Emancipation is 4, a green, a white, and a blue for a 5/7 creature avatar. It states when Soul of Emancipation enters the battlefield, destroy up to 3 other target non-land permanents. For each of those permanents, its controller creates a 3/3 white angel creature token with flying. What do we think, Dave?
I am never using this ability on my opponent's shit. I'm always just like nuking 3 of my own things and getting the extra 3/3 flyers. Plus, this thing is a big body. It costs 7 mana though. Ugh, I don't know how to feel.
7 mana for a 5/7. That
You
creates
should feel
3/3.
pretty good, David. This is in great colors for ramp. Like,
And or token or treasures.
yeah,
I could destroy my treasures.
Well,
you can.
You can
sure,
make
I guess.
3/3s.
I think this card's pretty good, man. I mean, granted, yes, 7 mana, but you get a 5/7, and just like David said, I don't really think I'm going to be using this on any of my opponent's stuff. I think I'm basically trying to build a board state with a bunch of the token generators that this set has basically given us, and destroying them and creating these 3/3 white angels.
I mean, there are situations though, right? Like you can target 2 of yours and then like a crazy problem on the other side of the board,
Oh, of course, yeah.
Some planeswalker.
or say anything like
But
that.
I just don't like. I also just don't want to think about this card as like a 7 mana cost. Like, get rid of somebody's shit on the other side of the field. Like, I don't know.
You
Definitely
don't.
feels like this feels like more like EDH deck than a standard, unless there's a way to cheat it in.
I don't
Agreed.
know about EDH either, dude. 7 mana is still a lot, and you're not
Right.
even like for 7 mana. I want to destroy a board.
I think this is actually weaker in EDH than what it is potentially
Nah.
in standard.
You're not casting, dude. Nah.
Because the body is just it's a 5/7. That's cute. And then the 3/3s, same kind of thing. It's really not a whole lot of damage to pressure for that much mana.
Yeah, I just don't see this seeing play in any
Can we,
format, really.
Can we talk about the best thing about this card?
What?
The artwork?
The artwork.
Pretty crazy.
Gorgeous.
It is amazing.
That looks rad. Moving on to David's favorite card of the day. David, this is Even the Score. Even the Score costs X and 3 blue for an instant that says this spell costs 3 blue less to cast if an opponent has drawn 4 or more cards this turn. Draw X cards.
Dude, he
Yeah, I
can't
love
hold
this
on to
card.
his money. He can't hold all his bananas. Crazy.
Aww.
It's got to
Is this
even the
really
score, dude.
David's favorite card?
It
Dude,
is.
I love this. I think this card is insane. This is, so in standard or in limited and all that kind of fun stuff, I don't think this is probably going to be doing anything. It's triple blue, and then you pay X to draw that many cards, which is going to suck. This being an instant, you respond to your opponent's brainstorm, and then you just pay X to draw X, is fantastic.
I also said that it's very good against heuristic study and stuff like that.
In EDH, most decks are drawing multiple cards a turn. Having an opponent draw 4 or more is really not an odd occurrence.
I feel like typically people play brainstorm at the end of people's turns, though. Yeah.
If they play it on theirs, that'll proc the 4. That's why I mentioned that.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, I don't really play that often on my turn, but yeah. I feel you.
It's good. I don't think it's bad. I don't know.
I'm indifferent about it as well. David loves it. I would love to see you put it in a deck, David.
If David loves it, that means it's good, right?
No. You should ask. Hey, you should ask YouTube that, dude.
Prosper Tomebound is a really good card, right?
Oh,
Right,
you're
David?
gonna keep picking that wound, aren't you? I still hate that card. That card sucks.
That card is great, dude. I'm sorry.
This next card, people are calling maybe one of the worst mythics ever printed. This is Meeting of the Five. Meeting of the Five costs 3, a white, a blue, a black, a green, and a red for a sorcery that says exile the top 10 cards of your library. You may cast spells with exactly 3 colors from among them this turn. Add 2 white, 2 blue, 2 black, 2 red, 2 green. Spend this mana only to cast spells with exactly 3 colors.
Yeah, that's it.
I found my pre-release promo.
This is not a good card.
Dude, it's so good.
I think this is like when you say build around the deck, this is like the fucking photo you see in the dictionary for that term.
You're paying 8 mana to exile the top 10, maybe whiff, and you have to cast 3 cards. You can only cast 3 cards, and you're using 10 mana that it gives you.
You're missing
only to cast those cards.
You're missing the point of this card entirely, dude. You spend 8 mana and you get to use potentially 9 mana and free spells.
Exactly. Because you can't be based on odds of 3. Yeah. Just 1 mana is just gone. It's pretty cool.
Why is there a website in the bottom right of the card?
It's a story spotlight card.
Is that going to be on the card?
Should
I
be.
don't know.
mtgstory.com.
It's when they print it?
It's really funny. That's the most exciting part of the card for Shane.
No, it's just the most awkward part of that. I'm like, what the fuck?
This guy's over here figuring out. Wait a second, Magic has a story?
No. I was like, looking at the other ones.
Spotlights.
I was looking at above it, and I was like, is this even a real card?
Yes, it is. As is this next one. This next one is Sanctuary Warden. Sanctuary Warden is 4 and 2 white for a 5/5 creature angel soldier. It's got flying. It says Sanctuary Warden enters the battlefield with 2 shield counters on it. Whenever Sanctuary Warden enters the battlefield or attacks, you may remove a counter from a creature or planeswalker you control. If you do, draw a card and create a 1/1 green and white citizen creature token. This seems pretty good.
Remove a counter. Get a 1/1.
I'm gonna say no.
Draw a
to that.
card.
I love what's happening right now. We have Steven over here in the background who's just like, no, this card's not very good. And Shane's learning how to read.
No, I'm not following it unless I was trolling.
I'm not trolling. It's good.
Is it?
I think so.
Okay. Can you explain?
Yeah, dude. You need to just remove just one counter for a free card. Every time it attacks, by the way, not just enters. Draw a card, make a 1/1. It's a 5/5.
Yeah.
It's
Bennie.
got flying. It's got 2 shield counters on it, so it doesn't die twice, at least.
Yeah.
Seems good.
Guess
If
you can
you're
remove
removing
a counter from
counters-
itself as well.
You can also remove that counter if you want to. You can also remove a -1/-1 counter if there's one on you.
You're talking about for 88? What are you talking about for?
You're just talking in general.
Oh, okay.
Just says
I
remove
mean,
a counter
yeah.
from something.
I guess you're right. But like, what deck would this go into?
We got white card draw, dude. White card draw.
Yeah, but like that white aggro, would you want to be getting rid of your counters?
This isn't
I
going
would-
to go in a white aggro deck.
That's what I'm like. What is it, like mid range?
I would put this in a
Black,
deck
white?
specifically to go against the Traxa Infect. Yeah.
I mean, should
I think this card is actually really strong. I think shield counters are probably going to play much more powerfully than like what they read.
you think so?
Yeah, I do. And especially since so this thing has evasion, so only certain creatures are going to be able to block it. Past that point, whenever they do try to block it, that shield token is going to come in and protect this thing, potentially twice. This is a 5/5 with flying. That's a big threat. It's going to close out the game relatively quickly. Now, I do think that this also gets a little bit weird in EDH because at that point, maybe then you're starting to remove counters from other things to keep the shield counters on this.
Mm-hmm.
Exile removal is still going to get rid of this. So I don't know. I think this card is actually a really, really, really big in-game threat. And if you get this in limited, this is your bomb. Slam it in your deck. You're playing white.
Go
I
wait,
think-
refresh. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I agree and disagree slightly. I mean, like, the only thing I'll agree with is that the best thing about this card is that it's a flying 5/5 with 2 shield counters. I just think that the additional text is just, it's eh.
Yo, so refresh me. Hit the little refresh button. The shield counters protect you from removal, like destroy.
Yes,
I believe so.
it does. Shield counters, if this is dealt damage or it has something that says destroy, you just remove the shield.
Got it. But it doesn't get around like sacrifice or anything like that.
No.
Or what if something doesn't target it? Never mind. So the word
If it's
destroy.
like a board wipe, it protects it from a board wipe.
So it's basically indestructible. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got basically a timed indestructible.
Interesting. All right. I guess it's cool.
I like it.
This card
Big-
feels mythic.
Big fan of it. This next card is Structural Assault. Structural Assault is 3 and 2 red for a sorcery. It says destroy all artifacts, then Structural Assault deals damage to each creature equal to the number of artifacts that were put into graveyards from the battlefield this turn. You cannot sack your treasures in response to get away from the damage. I think that's pretty awesome.
I actually do like that part of this card as well. At first, whenever I was reading it, I was thinking of just like with all of these, well, I'll just sack treasures. But the second part of this is actually pretty neat that it catches that.
Mm-hmm.
Are treasures put into the graveyard?
Yeah.
Oh. I don't think tokens hit the graveyard.
Yep, they do. I still don't think this card is all that good, though.
Why is there
I don't
website
know,
on
you
this one too?
destroy all artifacts?
It's a story,
Story
spotlight card,
Spotlight.
Shane.
I don't like these cards, dude.
Anyways,
I mean, at the end of the day, this is just a reprinted Vandal Blast. Just destroy all artifacts instead.
Vandal Blast doesn't blow up your own shit.
That's what I'm saying. It's just like, instead of it blowing up just everybody else's, this blows up everything.
Yeah, it's not doing it for me. 5 mana for artifact removal, even if it is mass artifact removal, is not doing it for me.
not just
I mean,
artifact. it's
granted,
also
what
damage.
I will say is I understand the reason why they printed this, because if anyone's been watching the stuff that they're putting out this set, artifact removal is going to be needed.
Yeah, there's a lot of treasure stuff in this set. It's pretty wild.
It's interesting. This is mono red though, yeah.
No.
Why?
I mean, you think this is like Gruul?
No.
No.
I feel like whenever I see it, it's like red and green for artifact removal.
Red's been able to remove artifacts for forever.
All right, let's move on to this blue card. This is Undercover Operative. Undercover Operative is 2 and 2 blue for a 0/0 creature shapeshifter rogue. You may have Undercover Operative enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature on the battlefield, except it enters with a shield counter on it if you control the creature.
Best card we've seen so far. Hands down.
Pretty dope.
You won't
Blue-
change my
blue
mind.
player
You
Shane, what
fuck
do we
off,
think?
David. I heard that.
It's cool that it's cool that it's a shapeshifter, but I don't know. I mean, there's a billion of cards that already do this. Yeah, you just get a shield counter now, which is cool.
Yeah, but this one comes in with a shield counter on it.
That's what I just said.
Yeah,
I
shield
just
counter
wanted to
if it's
reiterate
your
that.
creature.
Right. I guess that could be cool.
This is only as good as the best thing you have in play.
That is true.
Or
But
the
that's
best
like
thing
with-
they have in play.
Yeah, you don't get the shield counter, but yeah, true.
I don't know. These clone cards have existed forever. They
what I'm saying.
constantly get printed in some kind of like variation, and they're very rarely any good.
Unless you have a deck that cares about copying a dragon and having it die.
That's true, Dave. You hear that?
But I mean, here he has plenty of those counter cards in there, and like the shield counter wouldn't matter because it's dying.
This would work
Yep.
in your blue dragon deck.
It does the exact same thing as every other clone in the Blue Dragon deck,
That's what I
though.
was saying. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Exactly.
Cool, man. Clones.
I like it. Shapeshifter, man. We were just talking about shapeshifters yesterday. All right. This big ass card is called Titan of Industry. Titan of Industry is 4 and 3 green for a 7/7 creature elemental. It has reach. It has trample. It says when Titan of Industry enters the battlefield, choose 2. You can destroy target artifact or enchantment. Target player gains 5 life. Create a 4/4 green Rhino Warrior creature token, or put a shield counter on a creature you control.
Hunter, I made a mistake.
What?
I made a mistake.
What mistake did you make?
I said the last card was the best one we've seen so far.
Oh, you like this one.
This is way better.
This is a bomb in mono green.
Look, Dave. Green artifact removal. See?
He's not wrong.
Yeah. That's all I was
What do
saying.
we think of this? What do we think of this card,
Interesting. It's
Steven?
interesting. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Steven.
I mean, what is there to think about, dude? It's mono green, which is rampy and stompy. Reach, trample, 7/7, and you get to pick 2 of these amazing effects. Come on, man.
Come on, man. Sign me
Come
up,
on,
man.
Jane.
And now we hear from David.
It's a 7-mana card.
Which you can play
7/7/7.
very easily in mono green.
I don't like the first ability on this, the removal. I just don't want to. I mean, I guess it's cool upside, but I'm not going to be like throwing this into a deck as an artifact or enchantment removal package. The
Oh.
gaining 5 life doesn't interest me at all. The token, I think, on this is probably my favorite thing. And then the shield counter, I mean, it's cool. You can throw a shield counter on this.
I mean,
That's true.
if you're not dead by
Protect
turn
itself.
7 from a mono red, gaining 5 life might be pretty big.
I agree with Shane. That's pretty good.
Again, that being said, you're not dead by turn 7. Yeah.
I get it.
This
It's situational. It's just it doesn't excite me.
Did you notice that
fuck
this
outta
is just
me.
a giant building?
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Titan of Industry.
But that is all the cards they announced today for the Streets of New Capenna spoilers. The next 3 cards we're talking about, they had their Magic on Twitch program. What's it called? Stream. They had their Magic stream today, and they talked about the exclusive straight to Commander cards that go straight into set boosters. So the first one is called Bennie Bracks, Zoologist. Bennie Bracks, Zoologist is 3 and a white for a 3/2 legendary creature elf druid. It has Convoke. You guys don't remember what Convoke is? It says your creatures can help cast this spell. Each creature you tap while casting this spell pays for 1, or 1 mana of that creature's color. It says, at the beginning of each end step, if you created a token this turn, draw a card. It's a real bummer that it's at end step.
I don't have a problem with that at all on this.
I mean, same. If you're
Each end
creating a
step.
token, it's not like you're creating it at the end step of somebody's turn.
Yeah, it's each end step, and it's not creature token. It just says token. This could be pretty consistently draw 4 per turn cycle. So I think that's kind of nuts.
Aw, baby, draw.
This is more white card draw. They made a big emphasis in the stream today about white card draw.
That's lit.
It is lit. We will talk more about this card as a potential commander in our commander grade video. Because it is a legendary.
Okay.
This next card is pretty fun. This is Tenuous Truce. Tenuous Truce is 1 and a white for an enchantment aura. It says enchant opponent. At the beginning of enchanted opponent's end step, you and that player each draw a card. When you attack enchanted opponent or a planeswalker they control, or when they attack you or a planeswalker you control, sacrifice Tenacious Truce.
Tenuous Truce. You said
Tenuous?
tenacious.
Yeah, tenuous.
Sacrifice Tenuous Truce.
Tenuous. Tenuous.
I like this card.
Does
I
anybody
know
else smell burnt toast?
Not yet.
This is a really cool card, man.
I'm a big fan of like. It's kind of like
Having a
teleporting,
truce
right?
with someone.
Yeah. Like, hey man, keep me around because I'm a good guy, right?
Don't attack me for a while. We
You
can
wanna draw
both
some cards with me, dude? Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate group hug with a fiery passion.
It's so much fun though sometimes, dude.
No, it's not.
The diplomacy is fun, Steven.
I will
it's-
intentionally attack the player who played this targeting me.
You
Well,
don't
then
want to
I'll
draw a
target you,
card with
dickhead.
me?
I don't want you to draw cards. So no, if it means I'm shutting that down, then I'm shutting it down. Like, we're swinging.
We're swinging.
All right,
I
you know
just-
what? We're not friends anymore, Dave.
No hugs for you.
Exactly. We're
When
no
we play
truce.
Magic, dude, I'm going to wreck you.
Okay, so literally every game that we play, we're never friends. Politics
Look,
doesn't
we
exist in
could-
this pod.
But we could be friends if I had this card.
We could.
Let's both
But-
draw cards, Dave. Yeah?
I don't like card draw whenever it's just me.
I like that card. I think that could be a fun card.
Don't attack
We
me.
could have some fun stories going on there.
The final card we're talking about today is Threefold Signal. Threefold Signal is 3 generic mana for an artifact. It says when Threefold Signal enters the battlefield, scry 3. Each spell you cast that's exactly 3 colors has replicate 3. What does that mean? Well, when you cast it, copy it for each time you paid its replicate cost. You may choose new targets for the copies. A copy of a permanent spell becomes a token. What do we think about this, Shane?
So I have to cast a spell and then pay 3.
Extra, if you want a copy of it.
I mean, that's cool.
You have to.
In EDH, I probably have a bunch of mana, right? So I can.
Has to be only 3 mana though.
Well, that's kind of cool then, right? Because that means you could. Well, okay. You do have to find it in the top 3, which sucks.
And it
Like
has to be exactly 3 colors.
Okay, you're losing me every time you talk. I was trying in my head to think that it's gonna be a cool card. I don't know.
Nah.
It's too specific, I guess, dude.
David, why is this cool?
Okay, this has got to break something, right? The replicate just being like a generic cost on this. There's no way there's not a card that exists that just this, like that and this just don't win the game.
Wait, I take it back to me. Hunter, 3 colors doesn't mean 3 mana. It could be a 6 mana cost card that has 3 colors.
Yeah, you're right.
So it's a little bit better.
Yeah. It's got to be 3 colors though.
Yeah,
Can't be
that's
more,
fine.
can't be less.
Put this in a tricolor deck.
Yeah, you're not only running tricolors in a tricolor deck though.
I mean, they've released so many new cards that are just 3 colors. I mean, we literally talked about it, the first card.
Is it great? No. Is it okay? Maybe. I'm gonna give it that. That's my final answer.
This is a traffic light.
Wow. Wow. Man.
What?
If you didn't say that, I've been trying to figure out what this was the entire time.
This is the. Why is this a traffic light?
Threefold
I love the
Signal.
A traffic light has 3 colors. This says with exactly
red.
3 colors.
Apparently blue and green for
You're
some reason.
scrying 3. You're paying 3. Come on, man.
This one
Come on,
only has
Hunter.
3 sides too, because you can't go
There's like
straight.
a dead angel on the street too. Obviously, he ran the red.
Oh my god.
But the light is green.
No, dude, look, they're peeling away. There was like gang violence. Look,
Gang
one car,
violence.
the right is peeling off to the right, the left is peeling off to the left, and the car up there is like backwards. There was definitely a shooting, dude.
You might be right, dude. Never know. Too bad there's no story to this one, huh?
Dude, look, and one's peeling off to the bot, dude. Yeah, sketchy shit's going on here.
They're
I hope
peeling.
people stay subscribed after this.
What?
Like I lost brain cells on this card.
That's gonna be it for today's spoilers. What was
Thank
your guys'
God.
favorite?
Threefold Signal.
My favorite is actually probably the Sanctuary Warden, that big angel.
Yeah, that's a good one.
My favorite is definitely Titan of Industry.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'll say it, dude. Endless Detour is pretty bomb.
And the Teacher's Bomb. I think my favorite, believe it or not, is Structural Assault.
You can barely say that one though.
Wow, that's really funny, dude. I never thought I'd see 3 people with wrong opinions. This is insane.
Even that's why they're called opinions.
And with that, hope you guys enjoyed. Please like the video if you did like it. Comment down below what your favorite card was today as well. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We are doing a giveaway because we hit 1,000 subscribers, so thank you all very much. Don't forget to follow us on our Instagram and our Twitter. That is @GuysThatMagic. I know we only talk about the rares and mythics here, but if you follow along on our Instagram, we post every single one from the commons, uncommons, rares, and mythics. Until next time, hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.
Later.
Bye bye.
Goodbye.
Steven didn't say anything. Oh, what the fuck, Steven?
Good.
Say bye, Steven.
Goodbye.